Race of Champions race at Five Flags. I'm here with Bronson Stafford. He's our co-host this week. How you doing, Bronson?
All right. I think we're in for a pretty decent race, hopefully, at Five Flags. It's a good track. It's a half mile, so got a good little field, and hopefully we're in for a good night.
I mean, coming to a track with this much history, I mean, obviously everyone knows the Snowball Derby, but the lesser known, local races around here, and obviously it's always nice to go to a track that has a little bit of higher banks and higher speeds. It gives a little bit more passing and makes it a little bit more exciting for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Usually, anywhere you can get a little more speed and banking, it makes it a little bit easier. But you never know how dialed in these modifieds really are. So I think we'll have to wait a couple laps, see what's going on with grooves and whatnot. But it looked pretty good in practice. I saw a good little pack of 3 or 4 cars trying to pass around each other. So hopefully it's not too one-laned and you can actually move around some.
Definitely. And it's worth noting coming into this race, the points battle for the lead is actually pretty tight. So you've obviously got Tommy Krenborg in the 88 leading the points. I believe Ryan Gavel is in second with a 6 point deficit. And I believe, who was it? Riley O'Keefe, or sorry, Keith. Riley O'Keefe in third. He has a 10 point deficit from the lead as they get rolling here. Let's go ahead and turn on the starting lineup. Obviously, you see Tommy Kremborg in the 88 took a commanding first place. Riley O'Keefe second, 15.167. We have Cody Tripp in third, Ryan Gavel in fourth. As we just go through the rest of the lineup here, where do you think is really going to be the place to run tonight? Do you think it's going to be up top, going to be down bottom? Go ahead, Bronson. Visual Stafford. Bronson. All right, so it looks like I've lost Bronson here for a moment. But just a moment as we see the 38 of Riley Caffey, 88. Oh, 88 of Tommy Cranenberg taking flat down the bottom line. Cranenberg getting a good start out. O'Keefe and Ryan Gavel fairly fill out the top three like normal. Looks like I've got Bronson Stafford back here.
Yeah,
At least
I'm having connection issues. I can't see anything going on in the race right now, but I'm in here, so we'll see what happens. Oh my, I just fell out.
oh, that's unfortunate. As you see, Cody Tripp trying to make from the 77 Ryan Gavel for a third place position. Going back to the field, you see Scott Miller. He had a so race last week. So for at least a little bit of a lead on Ryan Gavel. He's been rising almost all season there. He's just been going out second place finishes. His top five finishes and haven't been able to capitalize. As you see here, pretty good lead out, but he just can't get away from Riley O'Keefe is pretty close, and you see the first caution is out. I believe that was the, who was that? Looks like maybe the sixth, William Kruska was involved. Let's go ahead and take a look back here and see what causes it. Oh, actually, no, it was not Kruska. Actually, it was involving the 44 Scat or of Scott Nicky and the 39 of Brian Batty. Let's go ahead and take a look here from the view here. You see the 39 of Brian Batty trying to make a pass down the road. Looks like the 44 touched the wall a little bit. A little bit of net code grabbed both of them. It definitely looks like both of the cars are out here at the moment. Yes, looks like they both of them have reset. Yes, both of them are still on the road as the pace card comes by.
All right, I'm
Apparently both of
back,
those are
and
trying to
it
get
looks like
repairs.
Yeah, it looks like the '05 car of Scott Rickard has decided to come in and get some new tires on the car. Hopefully I don't have any more issues, but everything seems good now on the quality and stuff, so...
No, we're happy to have you here. But
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That's really ill-timed. It just literally the second they pulled off, my quality dropped, so...
yeah,
But
it was nice
it's
that when you were
holding
in here,
good.
you had no problems until they dropped the green flag. But
Yeah, that's
Brian Batty
so
and
iRacing.
Brian Batty and the 44 of Scott Nicky, um, it almost looks like just a bad situation where the 44 pushed up a little bit, touched the wall, and came down to the 39, and Netcode had a little bit of play in that. We are under our first caution of the race, and you see pretty much, I'd almost call them the big three with Tommy Kremborg, Riley O'Keefe, and Ryan Gavel. I mean, those three have really been, say, the leaders of this season. It's worth noting that Tommy Kremborg, I believe he's won 2 races. Gavel's won 1 race, but O'Keefe actually has not won a race this season, which is kind of shocking. He's dominated a few races. If you remember back at South Boston, he was leading the race when a lap car actually came by and damaged him, and that took him out of the running for the win.
It's crazy how things like that can happen. You think you have a race won, and you know you just put on a dominating performance, and something like a lap car can come and ruin your night. But you know he's running second tonight, so you know obviously it's a really good spot to try and get out there. And it looks like the leader of Tommy Kremborg is taking the outside, so he must know something that no one else does yet of where you want to run.
I mean, as we've seen these last few weeks, I mean, the leaders have gotten an amazing restart, no matter what line you're in. Obviously, always taking the top line at a short track like this is usually always a questionable move. But the leaders this season just got a great jump wherever they've been. You see the pace car pulls off, and Riley or Tommy Kremborg takes the lead off the top side of the plate. Yeah, O'Keefe actually didn't get going. You see Gavel getting a few shots. Cody Tripp is trying that high line, but I don't think it's going to work for him. He slides him back to 4.
Yeah, like you were saying, Kremberg got a really good start out there. I think that's just being able to control the restart. But you already see the top three once again, O'Keefe and Gavel following behind Kremborg, and you know they're like you were saying, they're pretty much the top 3 guys just racing for it every week. But I would keep an eye out for Cody Tripp. I was watching him in practice, and he was the fastest car at the end of the practice.
Next caution is out. Look in the back. Looks like the 33, the 05, the 02. They all piled up here. Let's go ahead and take a look back at what caused this incident. Obviously, a few cars were involved. Let's see what happened here.
Oh, it looks like the 2 coming off of the corner was really slow, and the 9 car shot up the track and just got him.
Actually, yeah, I mean, the 33 looks like he tagged the 2 a little bit, just got him around. I'm not sure what got the 2 so loose. It was an interesting situation. I did notice that the 05 kind of piled into this, so let me go ahead and take a look from his onboard and see what happened from his point of view. We see here from the onboard of the 05, staying at top line, you see the 2 on the high side, almost wiggles a little bit, you see the 33 come up and tap him, and just nowhere to go, he slides down the racetrack right to his path. It's kind of an unfortunate situation. I mean, nowhere you can go, and you're trying to aim for anywhere you can avoid him. But that puts us under our second caution of the day run, 15. And almost like every week, I mean, these laps start ticking down, and it may not seem that quick, but these races just go by in a flash. Track position is everything here. Now, it's worth noting that the 39 and the 44, the 39 has retired from the race. He's pulled his car behind the wall. He's done for the day. Looks like the 44 Zach Scott is still able to run. He's trying to get the car repaired, but it's still sitting behind pit wall. 33 of Caleb Biden.
I want to say Caleb Phage, but...
Phage. But he's still on pit road getting repairs. Josh Walker's also on pit road getting repairs.
Yeah,
That
Josh
puts
Walker
us.
has done a good job not losing a lap. Although he is 1 lap down now, but that's not too bad. You got to think Zach Skotnicki sitting there 11 laps down now. Is it really worth trying to come back out? Because I don't know if the modifieds or not have lucky dogs, but from that far down, it's a bit much to try and make up in what is effectively a really short feature.
I mean, it always kind of comes between that whole experience kind of thing because it is worth noting that the 44 has a rookie license actually. It looks like you just recently started iRacing, and here's the thing: it's always that learning experience where you may not be fast, but just turning laps and just getting experience. Obviously, incidents do happen when you're just trying to learn. And I've been on the receiving end, and I've been on the giving end of, hey, my first time experience of overdriving into the corner. I think Rossi, you've been a victim of that a few times. But realizing how deep you can push, I mean, it's just experience running around, and you're not going to get points being 13 laps down here at the moment. But it's just knowledge you can use going forward, and hopefully in future seasons as the pace car pulls off. I think Kremenborg did a great start again. So Gabble making a move on the low side of the 38 car.
That was
He's
a
running that
really,
wall tight.
really good move. It's really loose below him, though. Look at him having to check up. He's going to lose
Three wide.
3 spots almost. Wow. He went for the move. It didn't pay off, but, you got to give it to him for at least going for it. But, that just hands the lead back to Kremenborg, who got another good restart. But, Riley O'Keefe is not letting him check out as bad as he did last time. And Tahan Denk is in third position now ahead of Ryan Gabble. So we have a new player up in third.
Even over the summer most of the season, it's been more or less kind of puts in the wall, gets another good finish, and wrecks again. And just really can't stay out of trouble. You see on the back bumper of Kremenborg.
Yeah, it looks like O'Keefe is a little bit quicker right now. He's getting right to that back bumper bars, and it's really just a matter if he can make a move cleanly or if he's going to have to use the bumper. It looks a little bit one-grooved right now, but you are seeing some guys a little bit higher in the corner, and you can see the runs kind of coming on exit. It looks like O'Keefe's a little bit better on entry, while Kremenborg gets a little bit better exit.
And obviously, all three of these guys, Kremenborg, Gabble, actually all friends are actually on the same Discord room. They can speak to each other, so obviously they all want to win. They want to beat each other, but not going to wreck each other for a win.
Oh, you see there, O'Keefe actually got down to the inside of him, of Kremenborg there. He's not quite clear off of turn 2, but he should be able to clear him off of turn 4 if he gets a good drive off here. And it looks like he does. He is clear into turn 1. So we have a new leader.
Tahan Denk actually looks like that really loose off of 4, and he dropped the car left back. That almost looks like you see the O2 on the wall up here. Looks like he's going to stay out of the way of the leaders.
Oh, that checks up O'Keefe though, and here comes Kremenborg right back to the bottom for the bottom of the track, going back for the lead. Who's going to lead at the line? Kremenborg, but they're still side by side in the turn 1. That lapped car, it's tricky sometimes to navigate them, and I just wonder if that was O'Keefe's past experience with the lapped car, maybe just psyching him out a little bit.
See a side-by-side battle with Kremenborg and O'Keefe. Just so close.
It looks like the outside line is really strong right now for defending at least. O'Keefe is able to actually start to nudge ahead of Kremenborg off of turn 2. Looks a little bit more even off of 4, but down here in 1 and 2, it really looks like the top side of the track's working.
I'd definitely say it looks like O'Keefe actually has more of the long-run car.
He clears them into turn 3.
See Ryan Gabble just ready to get right behind him. Gabble not afraid to use the front bumper.
Yeah, sometimes that's what you have to do on these cars. You got to use the bumper sometimes, and not being afraid to do it is definitely an advantage when it gets later in these races. But you can see Kremenborg is not letting O'Keefe be comfortable and get away. He's right on the bumper.
Right on that back bumper there. It's worth noting that these cars actually have the brand new tire model. So, I mean, just waiting for the tires to warm up here. Obviously, these first few laps with the new tire models, I mean, you've heard reviews from just about everyone saying it's good slick surface when you get going, but once you get a few laps under you, it just depends on how well you heat up these tires.
Yeah, the new tire model has definitely been a big story, everywhere that we go,
Caution's
and
out.
there's another caution.
Looks like Cody Tripp in the 21 is in the wall. Not sure if he had any help.
That's unfortunate
Go
for
ahead and
Cody.
look
He
back.
was running, I believe, fifth or so, just starting to lose touch with the top four, and he was really fast in practice, and it looks like he is all by himself.
Yeah, it looks like he just got a little bit loose coming out of the corner.
I want to
Looks
say
like
he
the
got on the
dash.
apron a little bit, and it just upset the car.
You've seen him come through here. Yeah, he touched the apron. Just he tries to catch, just not enough room. And oh wow, almost flips the car over. Doesn't look like too bad of damage, but I mean, obviously not the night that you want at a short race like this. We're on lap 35 under caution number 3.
Everyone's coming down pit road this time.
Take a look here. And it's worth noting, I don't know how many people are actually going to change tires.
Yeah, with the new tire model, that's a big story that we've actually had lately. Is it takes it takes a couple laps for you to heat the tires up, and it's almost a
Looks like
disadvantage to change them. But it looks like everyone's taking tires here.
yeah, at least the top 2 are taking tires. Ryan Gavel looks like he just took fuel and gets out early.
It
Tahan
looks like
Deng beats him out.
yeah, I think some people might have taken 2 just right sides or such there, which we've also seen be a much more interesting. First
So it's
four-tire
worth
car for sure is Riley O'Keefe.
yeah, O'Keefe and Kremborg actually took 4 tires here. I don't think Ryan Gavel took any tires. I think he just took fuel. And that puts our leader currently as the O2 of Josh May.
I went back and watched it. Ryan Gavel took 2 right side tires, along with Tayan Dank to get out into the up front there, and it looks like Mayu's gonna pit this time, just trying to get a lap lead maybe, and that's gonna hand the lead to Gavel and Dank. But how good are 2 tires versus the 4 tires of everyone else behind them? Now, we should be restarting with about half of the race to go still. These races go by really, really quickly with what is effectively a short track and some really quick cars that can go around these tracks in about 15 seconds or so. These things are 900 horsepower, and they're not afraid to go fast.
It's definitely worth noting that put both Kremborg and O'Keefe back in 3rd and 4th. It looks like the 21 of Cody Tripp is 2 laps down here at the moment. He's still getting service on pit road. The 2 of Josh Walker, I believe he's called it a night. He's pulled behind the wall. He's done. William Kruska, he actually is 16 laps down here at the moment. Looks like he may have called it a night, as well as the 33 car. I believe he's also called it a night here. So that puts us with actually 8 cars in a lead lap. The 9 of Patrick that puts us as the last car in the lead lap. Pace car is off. Ryan Gavel gets an amazing restart. Elliot Keith actually gets another amazing restart. Passes Tahan Deng.
Now you gotta wonder, if you're Ryan Gavel, you see those 4 tires behind you, how much better are they compared to your 2 tires, or how long will they take them to heat up and really go after it?
I'm almost thinking that Gavel is just trying to take advantage of these 2 tires and say, hey, I've got a little bit of heat in my left fronts. So, hey, I can try and get a few fast laps and get a little bit of distance on O'Keefe and hope that's going to save me. Wow, he's definitely loose.
Yeah, he's definitely a little loose, and you can definitely see O'Keefe is already back on that bumper. He's just able to drive in so much harder, I think, with the new tires. I'm not sure these cars are a big fan of just 2. With the balancing and how they're skewed out, but you can see there O'Keefe already going to the lead. He's clear by the time they get midway through 1 and 2. That really wasn't even a fight, but Gavel came back at him. Yeah, no kidding. Jeez, the 2 tires probably not the best bet, but he's not giving up on him.
See, they're still battling here. Gavel looks like he prefers that bottom line.
These 2 battling are just bringing Kremborg and Dank back into it, though, and you can see just a little bit quicker, like how Keefe is a little bit quicker on entry with being able to drive in a little bit harder, I think, with those 4 tires, and he's starting to gap away a little bit now.
You can obviously understand like Gavel's strategy. With him only being 6 points out of the points lead, obviously he's trying to look for any big move to really get you points. I don't know if that was the right move for that time right there, but obviously it looks like he's still managing to hang on to 7. I'm not sure for how long with Krenborg actually on his bumper. It looks like he's way more loose than these cars.
Yeah, it looks like the two tires are just a little bit too loose, and it's when you get a little loose, it's hard to put the power down on corner exit, and that's really where you need the speed is to, you know, defend or set up passes. But he's still hanging in there really good. He's still holding off Kremborg, but you know, maybe he threw two tires on to just see if they get a late caution, what to do. Ooh, he got
Oh
really loose
wow,
off
it
of
looks
turn
like he got
two.
I don't know if he got any assistance getting a little loose, but obviously see the O2 car is I think is running a lap car here too. Looks like Gavel's trying to get that high side. I don't know if he's really able to do it. He looks way too loose to be able to get a good run on that high side.
Yeah, you can see there Kremborg actually clears into turn three. I think Gavel let off a little early, let him go. I think he realizes the car's a little loose. Just try and get in line, hold on to it, hope for another caution, and rectify. You know, put some more tires on that car and go to it from there. But you can see they're lapping the O2 now, and Keefe is clear. Here comes second and third. They're clear. So it's all bets off here, and now Kremborg's back in second behind Keefe.
Definitely the big super I'd have to say is Taehyung Dang. He's been quiet, but he's been pretty consistent. Not that he has a speed up here to run with the leaders, but I mean, he's just been taking teams out of trouble. That's how you win championships.
Yeah, Taehyung Dank is the other driver on the two tires there with Gavel, and he's sitting right behind him, so really not too bad of a call at all. He's losing touch a little bit with the top 2, 3 drivers, but sitting there in fourth and being caught a little bit by the driver in fifth is not too bad at all.
Definitely, as we see the 38 of Riley O'Keefe definitely is trying to check out, but he just hasn't got the speed. And I don't know if Kremborg's actually going to track him down in time. And Gavel's still looking pretty competitive, at least on those two tires. Managing to keep up with Kremborg.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Lap time wise, O'Keefe is a little bit quicker than Kremborg some laps, but then it goes back the other way, but only by minuscule amounts. And we have another yellow.
Caution's out. See the 17 of Michael Timmerman. See what Collins in that instant. I'm not sure if it was a self spin or if he got a little bit of help.
Yeah, he lost it off of 4, saved it that time, and then lost it entering 1, and just spun down across the pit lane cone, and it threw a yellow.
Definitely qualifies for one of our longer wrecks that we've had.
Yeah, that was quite a long one. It started off with turn 4 and didn't end until almost turn 2.
And I give him props. He definitely was trying to wheel it and save it. I mean, he didn't hit anything other than the entry wall, but definitely a bad place to stop.
We have some split strategy going on here. O'Keefe and Kremborg stay out on the racetrack. Third on back pit.
Yeah, I think Gavel's going to try to get those 4 tires now. I'm not sure if, yeah, I see the right side's being lifted up now. I don't know if Taehyung Dank's going to follow that same strategy, but I mean, they have 21 laps on these tires since
Dank does
it's kind of shocking.
Dank does 2 tires again this time to come out in third position.
Taehyung Dank, I think he's just looking for a good points day or just seeing if he can maybe luck his way into a good finish. I mean, Ryan Gavel, I don't know how these new tires are going to be with, or at least the tires on the 38 and the 88. They've got 22 laps on them. They're going to go through a cooling down cycle and then they're going to warm back up. But obviously you saw how quick they were on those new tires.
Yeah, and that was only against 2 tires. You have to think Ryan Gavel sitting here with effectively 4 tires against no tires this time is pretty much putting Ryan Gavel into the captain's seat. He's going to be, what is he, about 4th or 5th right now, and it'll be interesting if Dank can get past the top 2 before Gavel can get to him. Dank took 2 tires again, so those left sides have been on since the start of the race. O'Keefe and Kremborg have they did 4 tires last time, but as you were saying, they have about 22, 23 laps on those tires already.
Looks like the 9 car of Patrick Hosier. I don't know if he got a black flag, but he did drop back to the last car in the lead lap. So I'm not sure.
I think he was tail end of the lap, and as he was coming by, he wasn't ahead of them by the time they left pit road, so I think it gave them all their spots back.
Definitely, you see the 38 of Riley O'Keefe, at the 88 of Tommy Krimborg, the 37 of Tahan Dank, rounding out your top three. That's worth noting that Ryan Gabble definitely has been, he's had great restarts, but Riley O'Keefe has not.
Riley O'Keefe's
I
the
don't know if
race
he's
leader,
getting
though,
tired.
so he should be able to get a good start here. But the bad news for everyone, Ryan Gavle's fourth. He doesn't have to pass a lot of cars to get to the lead on those new tires, and we're going to be restarting with only 20 laps to go. This could effectively be the last restart of the race.
See the pace car pulling off.
Oh,
Riley
O'Keefe
O'Keefe
got a
gets an
really good
amazing
start.
restart.
Kramborg looked like he was sleeping or missed a shift or something, but you know what that's going to do? That's going to give Ryan Gavel second position on fresh tires. It's about a 1 second gap, but how much difference is the speed there?
Yeah, Riley O'Keefe definitely, he's ran. You see Ryan Gavel.
He got the wall
hauling.
a little bit through the front stretch there, cross start finish. You can see the sparks from getting it, and Gavel's already caught about a 10th.
Yeah, looking at these two laps, I mean, it definitely looks like Gavel actually pretty much speed going into a corner. Surprisingly, their last lap, Riley O'Keefe actually ran a 15.368, while Gavel ran a 15.31.
Yeah, to think those tires are still heating up. 2.7 to a 2.5, so their lap times are actually pretty even right now. I wonder if that's clean air or just he did a good job with the tires that last run.
I mean, it definitely didn't look like he was taking care of us, like he was running everyone else, but I mean, some people just have these this feathered touch on tires that no matter what they do, it's never going to win.
Yeah, and you can see Gavel starting to pull away from Kramborg, which basically, unless he gets to Keefe, it's pretty much just, it looks like Keefe's just kind of cruising all by himself out front.
Definitely, we swapped over 15 laps to go here. You see Riley O'Keefe got an amazing restart. And Gavel hit the wall again.
Yeah, he's really pushing. That brings Kramborg right back to him. Oh, he's around! He does a 360 and gets going.
He didn't hit anything, but definitely that was a product of just pushing way too hard. And,
yeah, he was.
He was
sideways before Kramborg got into him the littlest bit. Didn't hit anything still though, and just did a 360. Come down, get some tires, and hopefully you can get some spots back. But effectively, what was a top 2, top 3 run, he's now back there in about 8th or 9th position.
I mean, definitely. I mean, this is what all crew chiefs fear, which is, hey, just bring the car home a good finish. I'd rather have a second place finish. This is the absolute worst thing in the crew chief's mind of, hey, I just want to get a good finish. Even if it's not a win, I don't want to wreck for it. I mean, he didn't hit anything, but definitely that put him back to last car in the lead lap. So definitely something to note.
Yeah, the track position is the biggest loss there. But, he still has a car and he'll still get another shot at it. Now, the only thing is, if Keefe can get another restart like he did last time, I don't think he's touchable. There's not going to be enough laps for someone to run him down, and I don't think there's going to be anything someone can do about it.
Now, it's worth noting, Tahan Dank is in the 3rd position, and he has the quote-unquote newest tires. Now, he only has, I think, 2 left side. He has the newest 2 left sides, and I think his right sides are about 35 laps old. But he is currently the newest, or one of the newest tires. And that puts him in a really, really good position. See Ryan Gavel managed to get out of the pit road and still stays in the lead lap. He's pulling up to the rear of the field. That definitely puts us with 10 laps to go. I think Gavel may have put himself in a really bad position just because, I mean, we were so low on laps, and passing here, at least with these modifieds, so tough. Going through the warm-up laps here. Rounding out our top 3 would be Riley O'Keefe, Tommy Krenborg, and Tahan Dank. That rounds out our top 3. Going to our top 5 is Jody Banfield and Rick Thompson Jr. That's actually really impressive for for Rick Thompson. past few races he's been around, he's been in the wall. I mean, he hasn't been that great. And, I mean, he's really picked it back up for this race. He managed to stay out of trouble, and she's in a decent shot to get a good top 5 finish.
So it looks like O'Keefe is taking the top here again as the lights go out on the pace car. If he can get a good start and get away from Kremborg, that might be all he needs. But you have the 12 of Jody Banfield, who put 4 tires on the caution before this one. Can he do anything? Does he have the speed? I haven't really seen it, but you never know what he's been holding back with his final little run.
He's going to get a good restart again. So he can take off. And
he doesn't get quite as good as one as last time. He doesn't get that huge gap, but second and third are side by side, which is only going to help him.
He's still fighting for that second position.
He does clear him into 3, and now can Kremborg go after O'Keefe? Does he have enough laps? Does he have enough speed?
I don't know if Kremborg can get it done. Honestly, both on the same lap tires or 30 laps over.
They're already coming to 6 to go. Gavel's already trying to pick his way through the field. He's already up to 5th position, right behind the battle for 3rd.
Kremborg has lowered the gap down to 0.4 second. Still lowering the gap now, 0.3.
Gavel's making the move for 3rd position now already. He was just 5th last lap. Here he is to the inside of Taehan Dank. Can he get that position done?
That is a man on a mission.
That's a drive right there. He's not going to have enough laps, though, I don't think. We're at 4 laps to go. The gap for the lead stays about 4 tenths. Gavel moves in. He's got about a second to make up to the leader.
It looks like Kremborg fell off the fast laps a little bit. He's at 3.6. So second away.
He's a little bit quicker that lap.
Ryan Gavel's almost a second back from Kremborg, so I don't think he's going to be a factor here in this fight.
He's too far back with 2 laps to go. He's not going to be able to make up 5-6 tenths on a track this short. Again, the lap times, Kremborg minusculely quicker. Not enough to make up a gap. He needs to be within about a tenth or 2 if he wants to try and even use the bumper on him. But they're coming to the white flag this time. And O'Keefe has a 3/10 lead.
He's been pretty much the bridesmaid all season. And every time he's been in position for a win, he almost got wrecked out of it. He just has bad luck. Not this time.
He's going to win tonight.
He managed to win the race with 5 flags.
Riley O'Keefe wins over Kremborg, and Ryan Gavel, who restarted about 8th or 9th position and drove back to 3rd in a matter of about 3 or 4 laps.
I mean, that's the driver you want. I mean, you want someone to say, wow, I've made a mistake, but hell, I can I can easily drive back up there and at least get a good finish out of it. See Kremborg do a few burnouts here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our top finishing order. We'll see Gavel running away from Kremborg.
You're just trying to get out of the way of the donuts and do some himself here.
See the top 3 just celebrating. But we have the finishing order. Riley O'Keefe comes by and gets his first win of the season. Tommy Kremborg in second just couldn't chase down that 38. 38 was so dominant in that final 40 laps of the race. Ryan Gavel, after that big mistake, and he manages to drive all the way back up from, I believe it was 8th or 9th, 3rd. Jody Banfield, I mean, he's had a pretty good day, manages to finish 4th. Taehan Dank, I mean, he rounds out a pretty solid day at 5th. Rick Thompson, he has a pretty uneventful day, but manages to bring it home in 6th. Patrick Hosier, he manages to bring it home in 7th. Scott Rickard, he was involved in a few incidents, still manages to bring it home in 8th. Michael Timmerman, he spun out earlier in the race. He brings it home 9th. Caleb Feige? Yes.
I think Caleb Feige.
He brings it home in 10th. Now, he was 27 laps down. Now, rounding out the field, you see Josh Mayu, Cody Tripp, Josh Walker, William Kruzka, Brian Batty, and Zach Scott Nicky. I've got everything written down on an old envelope, trust me.
The top 3 are trying to Looks like they're trying to share the space in victory lane, but I think O'Keefe told them to get out of there. It's his. He earned that one.
They definitely ran that. Oh, well, looks like our new winner is Tommy Kremborg.
You can
But
see
yeah,
the three of them.
definitely.
You can tell they're definitely friends and get along. You don't, doing things like
I
this
mean,
post race.
it's just surprising to see the top three. I mean, they are friends. You can tell they know how each other race. I mean, they're able to race each other hard, and heck, you've seen them. They bumped each other out of the way when other drivers they'd get all bent out of shape. So it's definitely skill and friendship there. Let's go ahead and we'll bring in the top three finishers here and grab them. We'll bring in our third place. Let me get into the right channel first before I pull them in. That'd be a move. I forgot what Discord we were in. So let me go ahead and bring in our third place finisher, Ryan Gavel. I'll let Bronson lead us off here. Oh, all right. I guess Bronson's not currently. Oh, Bronson had connection issues. So, Ryan, this is Matthew in the Flatout booth. Those last few laps, I don't even know how to describe them. You pushed hard, you spun it around trying to chase down at 38, and then you drove all the way back up to third. I mean, do you take that as a win or?
I mean, I guess so. It was pretty hard racing up front. I was definitely up there with the top three. Tommy and Riley were both quick. Kept up with them pretty well, and there toward the end, I wrecked myself around the nose. I think it was the 88. I got in the wall in the front and then got loose, and he just couldn't avoid me. I don't blame him at all for that. Which put me in the back of the field. I worked my way up to third, and that's all I was going to get. I was hoping for another caution there at the end, and with the fresh tires, I think I might have had a shot, but it was just really hard to pass all night long, and it was going to be tough even if there was a caution. So I'm pretty happy with third, I guess, after all that happened. So I think it was a pretty good race overall.
Speaking of tires, I mean, with this new tire model and all, I mean, this is the first race where we really saw people pitting for tires. I mean, were tires that big of a difference? The lap times looked pretty similar once you guys got up to speed, but did it feel
Yeah,
any
the
better?
tires were pretty similar. I mean, we all came in that first run because it's kind of the longest runs we've had all season, and this bigger track, we thought it would mean more, but really didn't mean much. I took two on that first pit stops we all made together, and got myself to lead, but didn't last long. The car got real tight, so I don't know. I probably should have just gone with four or stayed out overall, and I probably would have been all right. But taking two definitely tightened it up with the cold tires on the right and the old on the left, and I think that might have hurt more than helped versus just staying out overall would have probably been a better choice.
And looking forward to next week, I mean, December, I believe it's December 19th, we're going to Irwindale. I mean, it's pretty similar track here to Five Flags, a little bit less banking. How do you think you're going to fare there?
Pretty good. I think I got to do some practice there, obviously, to see how it runs with the modified. It's definitely not a track that I've run a lot on modifieds, but we'll have to try it out, see how it goes. I know Irwindale, Thompson, some other bigger tracks are coming up on the schedule. Definitely, I feel like I do a little better on those than the smaller ones, like I've said before. Come home a third. Pretty happy with that. We'll see how Irwindale goes.
So going into the later part of the season, I mean, top three in points are pretty much right next to each other. I mean, when we came into this race, there was a 10-point deficit, between first to third. Now I think that points lead has gotten even tighter. I mean, what's your take going into the final race of the season?
Yeah, coming down to the end here, Tommy's got a pretty good gap, all because of that first race, me finishing 10th. After having some internet issues there on the last lap, knocking me from third to 10th. I think it's going to come down to a close battle. If all it takes is Tommy having one bad run and falling toward the back of the field, and it changes everything. But yeah, I know he's got like a 7 or 8 point lead over me, and Riley's right on top of me as well for second. So Tommy's got a pretty good gap. We're just going to need to, unfortunately, wish for bad luck on his part because he's just as fast as me and Riley every week. But take us one bad race for one of us to knock us out of it at this point. It's real close.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and we'll give you this time if you want to shout at anyone or you want to thank anyone. I mean, you do it on a weekly basis now, but
Yeah, I guess me, Tommy, and Riley are pretty used to it. Well, shout out to all of them. It was a real clean race up front all night long. Shout out to ROC Modifieds and Kruska for running this league, and Sim Races for mental health. My girlfriend's out there watching on the stream. Everyone else out watching. Yeah, thank you guys for putting on a good show every week.
Absolutely. So I'll go ahead and I'll turn you back to the group chat here as I pull in, I believe, our second place finish. So thank you for speaking with us, Ryan.
Thank you.
Alrighty, that was our second place finisher, Ryan Gavel. Let's pull our third place finisher, Ryan Gavel. So let me go ahead and I can pull in our our second place finisher, Tommy Kremborg. Hello, Tommy. This is Matthew in the Flatout Racing Network booth.
Hey, how are you?
How are you doing? I'm doing all right. I actually got your name right for once.
Yeah.
All that training went well.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that was an eventful race. I mean, you bounced from first, leading the race at the beginning, and then once that tire stop came, I mean, it just kind of looked like the cars were different at that point. I mean, what's your kind of take on it?
Yeah, overall the track felt like it got looser over time. So like new tires weren't really giving you much of advantage. So like me and Riley, I know we're on older tires, and even with Gavel getting new tires, it was still hard for him to catch up.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like new tires just weren't having the kind of grip factor that, at least later in the race, once you guys got pit stops at around 40 laps, you guys were doing pretty well with new tires. Just looks like they weren't heating up in time. I don't know.
Yeah, if I knew like the tire situation wasn't going to go well, I would have just stayed out for the whole race. Maybe like towards the end when a bunch of cars were out, but it happens. I'm okay with the finish.
So
Happy
I
for
gotta
Riley on his
I gotta
first.
ask, when you saw Ryan Gallo kind of weaving back left and right trying to save the car, was a little bit of yourself hoping that you just plowed it into the wall?
Yeah, I was hoping he had some kind of damage because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to pass him if he didn't get any. But luckily he did get loose, and we were in Discord that whole time. He did get loose after bouncing off that wall, and I got into him a little bit trying to check up.
Absolutely. And I mean, going forward to next week, we've got Irwindale on the schedule on the 19th. I mean, do you think it's going to be a kind of a similar race for you, or is it going to be a little bit difficult?
It's gonna be difficult. I've never ran a modified there. I've only ran like Arca Series Cup Cars races there, but I'm sure I could figure it out. Um,
Absolutely.
Langley, I didn't have much practice for either. I've only ran a tour mod there a couple times, and that went very well.
Yeah,
But
because at least with Irwindale, I mean, at least they're not running the figure eight. I need to talk to Kruska and see if we can make that happen. But I
maybe as
mean,
like a championship finale, that'd be cool. As like a little fun race to do.
that would be definitely an interesting one to see.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for talking with us, Tommy. You got anyone you want to shout out or say
yeah.
thank
I
you to?
definitely want to thank my mom and my dad. Definitely Gavel and Riley for putting on some great clean racing there. Sim Racing for Mental Health, ROC, Kruska, definitely you guys for streaming it every week.
Well, thank you very much, Tommy. I'm going to go ahead and I'll move you back down to the driver channel. Well, thank you very much for talking with us.
Yeah, have a good day.
Alrighty, that was our second place finisher, Tommy Kremborg. Definitely a strong, dominant run by him. But let's talk to the man of the hour here. We've got not Ryan Gavel, we've got Riley O'Keefe. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Hello, Riley. This is Matthew in the Flatout Racing Network booth.
What's up?
I mean, I should ask you, you managed to win the race. I do
Yeah, I
have the
finally got
question
one.
burning on the top of my head, which is, whose face is on the back of your car?
Oh yeah, gotta thank Summer Rae for the motivation. You know, just a lot of motivation tonight, and it was honestly a pretty good distraction because I don't think Tommy was too distracted. He couldn't catch me in, reel me in at the end of that race right there. We were pretty much dead even. He was too busy staring at Summer Rae, I think. That's my theory.
Just locking eyes.
I don't
But
know. I'll have to ask him.
definitely after the first pit stops, that's when you really took advantage. Now that restart where you got, I think, about a good second on the second place car. I mean, was that intended? Was Tommy just sleeping or?
No, I saw somebody do that to me in a hosted race, so I'm like, you know what, let me try this. So I took the top and I just went right up against the wall. And the only way Tommy could see me is if he looks right, and you just stomp on the gas, and it's already too late. I'm already gone by the time he gets on the gas.
Got to be playing those tricks. And
Yeah.
then I got to ask, with a gavel spinning around, I asked Tommy, and he said he hoped that he hit the wall and got a little bit damaged. But I mean, were you hoping that? Was the points battle being so tight?
I mean, I'm not really worried about that because I don't think I'm gonna win it unless they wreck. But if Gavel didn't, he hit the wall pretty square. He didn't junk his stuff. But if I would have been mad if a caution came out with like 3 to go and he was sitting in third, then that would have been a problem.
Yeah, he was a man on a mission. He managed to drive from, I think, eighth or ninth all the way to third. So
Yeah, it's pretty
definitely an
much a
impressive
4-car
run.
race tonight. It was just me, Tommy, Ryan, and where is he? Taehan, Dank.
Yeah,
Taehan was
Dank
doing
managed to
good, but
finish
then he
fourth.
just started dropping back after he took 2 tires on both those stops. I think that's what ruined his night.
Oh, sorry, no, Dank finished fifth. It was Jody Banfield in fourth, I believe.
Yeah, Taehan was doing pretty good though. He was hanging with us, but like I said, if he put it for 4 that first stop, he probably would have did a lot better. But he wanted the track position, I guess.
I mean, I remember Gavel tried the same thing, and just after he tried it, it was just so loose. But I mean, looking forward to Irwindale. I mean,
Yeah,
unfortunately, it's not the figure-8 format. But I mean, how do you think you're going to fare at that track?
I mean, I think I'll do pretty strong there. I know. I think I'll have a little advantage knowing the fastest way around the track. I was telling Ryan Gavel and Tommy what you got to do next week. It's a weird line.
Definitely going to be interested to see that next week. You've got anyone you want to shout out or thank? I mean, you guys do this on a weekly basis, so I
I
don't think you're
gotta
running out of.
thank this week. It's gonna be Summer Rae for distracting Tommy the whole race. That kind of gave me an upper hand on him. I don't know. Everybody kept bumping into the back of me in practice. I don't know what that was about.
But thank you very much for talking with us, Riley. Let me go ahead and I'll turn you back to the driver channel here,
Thank
and
you
I'll
very
bring
much for
back in
having me.
Bronson. Thank you. Alrighty, I've got Bronson back.
I'm alive.
Yeah, you're slacking on the job.
Internet is awful, but
Well, you're having Seth Cole internet right now. So, I mean, after that race, unfortunately, Bronson, I don't think you'll be here next week. I think Sam will be back in his normal position, but I mean,
yeah, I think this
after
was
seeing
a fill-in for Sam, so we'll see what happens there as he's going through some stuff, so we'll see what happens.
definitely seeing after tonight's race, I mean, what's your opinions for Irwindale? I mean, seeing all these cars, I mean, it's a little bit less of a banking, but still about the same length of this track.
Irwindale's an interesting track. I've actually ran there a couple times on NR and a couple times on iRacing. It's a pretty fun track. A little hard to pass, but I mean, most sort tracks are really. But that can be a good race, really, if everyone just kind of works together on trying to give some room and hold on to the car. It can be a really solid race.
Definitely. And I mean, I don't know what the point standings right now, but obviously with the O'Keefe win, I mean, that makes the points battle so much more tight with Gavel finishing in third, Kremborg finishing in second. That at least has to put everyone within about a 7 to 10 points of each other. I mean, same way we're going into this race. I mean, that makes every race so much more, meaningful to them because if, hey, they have a bad race, they finish 10th or they finish any place worse than fifth, I mean, that opens up the door for anyone to take the championship.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely pretty close, and I'm not sure how many races there are to go or not, but anytime you get this many races into a season and the points are still really close like this, it's definitely an encouraging thing for a series. Having not just one person walk away with it, you can have 3, 4 guys really close in points going for it every week, and every little position and stuff like that. Every little position matters. So.
Absolutely. Well, that would be all from Flatout Racing Network tonight. My name is Matthew Rodriguez, and I've got Bronson Stafford here. We're going to wish you a good night, and we'll see you next week, December 19th at Irwindale Speedway.